Hello guys, welcome to my channel BlenderBliss. In this video we are going to learn how to create an animation video using multiple cameras and multiple views for a single object. So to create such a project, I've created a new Blender workspace. Here I'm deleting the existing cube and I'm going to add a Jeep model here. To get a Jeep model, I'm going to use Blender Clip where I can able to download the preset models. So yeah, I'm selecting this particular Jeep model and I will showcase how to create an animation video for this Jeep model with multiple cameras. First I'm selecting this Jeep and click on the shade smooth so that the model will become better smooth on one. Now by initially I have my first camera. I'm selecting this, click on number pad 0 so that I can move to camera view. I'm just aligning this camera to the view how I need it. First, I'm going. Let me close this. Turn to Y side view. Press G, and I make this camera to be very close to the car. Once again, I press X axis. In X axis, also, I'm making this camera to be close to the car. And in Z axis, it is already in close. So let me check the camera view. It is in this condition. Little bit, I'm shifting it here. So my first camera view will be uh, moving from engine bonnet side to the front glass mirror. So to this, let me enable the material views. So I'm setting the keyframe here. My initial keyframe at keyframe number 1 will be like this. After I'm selecting for a 60, at the end of 60 frames, my first camera should be in this view. Yeah, I'm just drag the camera by pressing G button directly. I'm setting it for this dimensions. Next, I'm going to add the second camera. So click on add, select the camera, you will get a second camera. So I'm pressing R and Z button to rotate the camera with respect to Z axis. I'm pressing 0. I'm selecting this camera and right click, click on set active camera. So I'm realigning this position. I'm increasing the perspective of this. It be 25, yeah, or 22, yeah, will be good. I want this camera to be tilted a little bit on top. So I'm pressing on X, R and X. R and Y. Okay, let me increase in this condition. 60, not even 70 is good. Yeah, this perspective is nice. So I'm selecting 60 keyframe to lock this position and the angle for the second camera. Next, I'm moving it to the next position. To this particular view, and this keyframe will be fixed in the 120. Sorry, let me move it again. Before moving the position of camera, please switch to the resultant keyframe in the video. Okay, so the second camera has been set. Now I'm going to add the third camera. I'm going to set this third camera as in the front view, but looking the camera perspective is looks towards downward. So I'm lifting the camera in Z direction, and this angle of the camera is 0 in X, 0 in Y, 0 in Z. So I'm switching to the top view. I'll realign. In X it should be 0, in Y I'm making as -3, so it will be as a starting position, and Z it will be as 5.5, or let it be as 6. So I'm changing the perspective of camera, which will be looks good for the camera's view. So in 120, 0 to 60, we made the camera 1, 60 to 120 camera 2. So one, so in keyframe 121, I'm setting third camera position. In 180 results, I'm finalizing this camera position as +3. Yeah, this looks good. So next I'm going to set the camera 4, adding on camera. And this camera I'm going to set to showcase the 360-degree view of this Jeep. So for this, as of now, I'm just hiding this Jeep. Okay, it's okay, not an issue. So I'm selecting this fourth camera, moving to front view, lifting in Z direction, moving to top view, moving in Y direction. And for X, I'm making a 60-degree. We'll check the camera view. So I need to check for the camera view for fourth camera. GX. Yeah, this looks good. I'll lift it a bit high, and I'm reducing the perspective value so that I can able to cover the entire camera, entire Jeep structure in this video. And only for this fourth camera, I'm going to change the type of the camera to orthographic, so it will be looks good. Or I'm moving to perspective itself. This is also good. Perspective length, focal length as 30-degree. What if could be little bit height? Yeah, this looks good. This looks good. So to make this camera to rotate in 360-degree, I have already uploaded a
T, so you can select object keep transform. So whenever this plane axis rotates or moves, this camera also moves and rotates along with the plane axis. So we are going to give keyframes for this plane axis as of now. So I'm selecting this plane axis. I'm selecting the current position. In this only the Z direction movement is required. So I'm switching to 20 keyframes. This will be as 120-degree. 40 keyframes where this will be as 240-degree, and 60 keyframes where this will be as 360-degree, and extra 10 keyframes that is for the final edit version. I'm just playing the animation of this key sequence. I wanted to confirm how the final camera looks. So I didn't log for 360. Let's check that. Okay, final cut is moving smooth, not an issue. I'm just locking that profile also. So now we are going to add cameras to these keyframes. How the keyframes, based on the keyframes, how the cameras to be switched from one to another. So we are selecting the first camera. It will highlight the keyframes or positions of the keyframes already. I'm selecting this. I'm going to marker, click on marker, add marker. So a mark will be added here. Then, so after adding the marker, I'm click on the marker again and selecting the bind camera to the markers. So whatever the camera you have selected, that particular camera will be binded to this particular marker. So here the camera has been binded. Now I'm selecting the second camera. My second camera is this one. Switching to 60th keyframe. Once again click on marker, add marker and bind camera to the marker. So this particular camera is binded for the 60th frame. Once again I'm switching to 120. I'm selecting the third camera. Okay, 121. I'm selecting add marker, bind camera to marker and 180 keyframe, selecting the fourth camera, add marker and bind camera to the marker. So in this keyframes you can able to see camera 01, 02, 03 has been added successfully. So directly we are going to switch to keyframe 0 and I'm going to play the animation how it looks. Once again, before going to play that, let me switch to camera mode. So now I'll ready to play from 0 frame. Yeah. So the frames 0 to 60 with the camera 1 on the front view. This is for camera 2 from 60th frame to 120th frame. So the third camera in the top view of the Jeep from 120 frame to 180 frame and fourth camera in 360 degree. So this is how the procedure you're going to create multiple cameras, multiple viewports and binding all the cameras based on the keyframe. So you can create an animation video or advertisements videos for any objects in a single project using multiple cameras and multiple views. So the output will look so realistic. So guys, if you guys like this video, please give a like button and please subscribe to my channel. Each and every subscriber is motivation for me. And if you have any doubts, please post it on the comments. I will definitely reply for that. Thank you guys. We'll learn together and we'll grow together. Bye.